You see the upgrades, ladies and gentlemen. Vibe Sports, we're coming out with big things. This is just a little preview to, yes, I'm going to say it. Season 1 will be coming into a wrap after episode number 10. So we got this episode right now, which is number 9. And then we'll have one more, which will be the last of season number 1. And this is just a little introduction, these t-shirts, and the banner of what you guys will be in store of season number 2. I'm Matty Bearcat.
I'm Jordan Huey.
Thank you for coming and fucking with your boys. Let's get right into it. Mr. Huey, I want to know, what'd you think about my sorry-ass, motherfucking pussy-ass 49ers?
I mean, shit. Like, Mullins, trash. Obviously, I think everyone knew that. Mullins is not a good quarterback.
Actually, I think I can't lie. Like, episode 2 or 3, I was kind of high on him, saying this fool might... I wasn't saying he was going to be the future, but I was lucky saying that...
he could be.
He could be, like, something maybe. Like,
yeah.
Potentially. It's definitely worth, like, giving him, like, a chance. Which I'm kind of happy they did give him a chance, because then kind of showed everybody, like, yeah, definitely not the guy. I'm not saying he's, like, dog shit, because he's definitely not, like, dog shit. There's maybe, like, a couple more quarterbacks I can name in the league that are more fucking worse than
that are backups and shit.
But definitely not what we're looking for at all.
Yeah.
It's horrible, actually.
I mean, yeah, like I said, he's not that great, and that Washington defense that y'all played is really good, honestly.
Young.
Built like you guys, kind of 4 first-rounders on that D-line that are all problems. Chase Young had a fucking game, defensive rookie of the year in my opinion. I think he
made fucking Mike McGlinchey look sorry as fuck, dude.
Man, he was eating all game. Mullins, I can't really blame him for how bad he played, because obviously he's in a tough situation right now. He is a career backup, let's be real.
I am going to remind you in advance that I'm very sorry and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving up.
You're the fucking NFL. You need to be a fucking big-time player. Especially when they give you the fucking keys to this golden franchise. You better show the fuck up. Let me tell you something. That motherfucker did not show the fuck up. When I've been saying, let him fucking just show up and give him the fucking opportunity. And don't be fucking shit the bed. Fuck all these quarterbacks gone on this roster. Mark my word, they will all be gone by fucking next year.
All of them, including Jimmy G?
All new quarterbacks.
Including Jimmy G?
Possibly, yes.
Okay.
If they could find a trade suitor for him, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
100%.
If you all trade him back to the Patriots.
I need you to shut the hell up for the immediate future.
A couple, like, maybe second round, third round picks.
Fuck that. Give us Stephon Gilmore in exchange.
You guys do need a corner. That'd be crazy. I don't think they're not going to do that, though.
And we'll throw him a second round pick for him, too. Jimmy and a second rounder for Stephon Gilmore called even right there. That right there is going to be...
I could see the Patriots shopped Gilmore this year. I could see that. That's crazy. But, yeah... I mean, 49ers game kind of went how I expected this week. You guys made a little push at the end, though. Only ended up losing by 8, I think it was.
Yeah.
So that was pretty impressive to get that close. You guys were down big for a minute, so...
It is
I mean, like I said, it is what it is for that team. You guys have had so many issues this year.
On to a team that Mr. Huey over here, every single episode has been saying they're kind of the pretenders number 2. They were undefeated for quite some bit. Now two losses, I believe, right? 2 losses in
Pittsburgh
a row.
Steelers.
Bills versus the Steelers, Huey. What do you think about that?
Man, so Steelers, 2 in a row now, they've fumbled the bag on. So, I mean, we did talk about, they haven't really played anyone too tough earlier in the year. I was giving them some hate. The record, I felt like, was a little bloated, you feel me? Like, they had easy wins all across the schedule. Played the whole NFC East. Played, the Bengals, I think once without Burrow already, too. So, it's like, that's like 6 wins, I guarantee right there. So the schedule is a little bloated to me, and I think now that they've started playing some real teams with some real good defenses. I mean, we just touched on the Washington football team having a good-ass defense. We saw that when they played the Steelers and they upset the Steelers, and then this was a big game for the Steelers, taking their first loss, seeing how they would bounce back, playing another high-caliber team in the Bills, and we saw what happened. The thing I think killing them this year is they have no run game. They have no run game.
Me personally, I just think they're just too young. I think in the beginning, you called it, they're just playing a bunch of nobodies that were not going to really give them. They're pretty much playing their own competition.
Yeah.
And they weren't playing somebody that was better competition. Now, these last 2 weeks, they played better competition. Now we've seen the results of what pretty much a whole entire young team with just a veteran quarterback could do. And obviously they're going to go to the playoffs. Pretty sure they already clinched their division.
Yeah, they clinched playoff spot, so they're going to the playoffs.
But I'm going to be so honest with you, that might be like a first round knockout, like where it's like,
I can see it.
My god,
especially depending on who they play in the first round.
Because isn't 7 seeds now? 7?
Yeah, so they'll play the 7 seed,
so
and the 7 seed could be Baltimore.
That's what I'm saying.
There's plenty of teams that could be around there. Miami.
Definitely not going to be the pretenders.
God.
Shit, Miami.
Honestly,
they'll beat Miami. They could beat a Miami team. But a team that I do want to get on that is in that same division that I think that could be possibly the only team that can knock off the Chiefs, the Bills. Josh Allen.
Oh, the Bills in the East? Yeah, the Bills played a crazy good game. The one thing I was going to say about the Steelers, which you could say about the Bills too, is the one thing that's helping the Steelers a lot is their defense is for real. Like, their offense is what's going to hold them back, which is crazy because most of the time, especially in today's NFL, you're worried about teams' defenses with all the high scoring and everything. But the one thing with the Steelers is that defense is legit, and I can say the same thing about the Bills' defense. I think the Bills' defense is legit. They play great complementary football for Josh Allen. That offense, Josh Allen finally has weapons, and I think he might be budding into a superstar. Not a star, a superstar.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Him, Stephon Diggs this year with Cole Beasley, John Brown,
Gabriel Davis. Josh Allen a lot.
Josh Allen has really impressed me with the jump he's taken this year. I think he's starting to enter that, like, Lamar and Deshaun Watson territory.
I think he's already been there. The problem is you just had Brady and the Patriots overshadowing that whole entire division.
I also think he wasn't consistent, though. That's why he never.
Or is it just he didn't have Diggs? He didn't have that.
That's what I'm saying, though. But that's what I'm saying. He's budding into a superstar with the talent around him. They got him some weapons finally,
yeah, for sure.
And like that's definitely helping it. And I think he's still.
Can they knock off the Chiefs? Maybe.
I think so.
Possibly.
It all depends.
We'll get into that
One thing about them is I don't know about their run game, but I love the Bills as a team in whole. I don't think they get enough respect. Straight up, I don't think they get enough respect.
One team I also want to jump on, being in the AFC right now. What about the Browns and the Ravens game?
Wow.
Me personally,
that game was crazy.
Mr. Huey, you owe an apology, I think, to that this whole entire organization is just talking down, saying they're. Man, I can't even just listen. It's too long for me to go on with
same old. I thought it was the same old Browns. They had a similar thing like.
And I might need to owe an apology to Lamar. I gotta say, I've been talking down to that man, but I will say that man.
That game had a lot of things proven.
Justin Tucker, the proven OG man, Mr. Tucker won that shit. Lamar didn't do shit.
Oh god,
put me behind
Lamar
quarterback.
Didn't do shit?
Put me behind quarterback, and I could have fucking.
That man took a shit mid game, came back and threw a 44-yard touchdown.
Yeah, sad for that. I had to leave mid game to do sad for that. No, I could have done that.
I definitely feel like I do owe Cleveland an apology. That's 2 weeks in a row now. After I challenged them to prove something, I wasn't so talking too much shit. More so just
big time players, man.
Big time players. To like prove me wrong. And I'm gonna be honest. They went out, they handled the Titans, proved me wrong a little bit there. Came into this week, even though they came up short, that offense is looking nice. This is looking like the Baker Mayfield everyone's wanted as the first round pick. Looking like a stud that he was when he won the Heisman. I really like him and what he's doing this year. And they honestly, these last 2 weeks have shut me up. But the biggest thing for me is, let's see how they finish.
Oh, we will see.
Let's see how they finish. But the Ravens too, I got to touch on that real quick. Lamar can single-handedly win a game with his legs.
Just, you know me where I am at with Lamar. He can't win a Super Bowl like that, and he's not going to win one this year. I can promise you that.
Yeah, Chiefs are.
100%. And,
or the Packers.
Maybe. I don't know, actually. Talked about the Packers. We'll get on that next, but real quick about the Ravens. Definitely will think they'll get into the playoffs, probably the last season playoffs, so I do see them maybe playing the...
Steelers
first round, and possibly beat the Steelers just because the Steelers are just young, and I can maybe just see them pulling it out.
Only thing I would say in that
that'd be Lamar's first playoff win, right?
Yeah, and the Steelers, the Steelers, like we talked about their defense, they have had Lamar's number this year. I'm not gonna lie, the 2 times he's played the Steelers, he hasn't looked, or he didn't get to play the second time, but the one time he played him, he hasn't looked good. And historically, if you look back at his last, I think like 5 games. Not too hot at all. Ooh. Throws a lot of picks against them and doesn't have those breakout games with his legs because I think the Steelers' defense is legit and I think they lightweight have it figured out how to stop him. So pretty interesting. That'll definitely be a crazy first round matchup. But we definitely need to go talk about the team that I was hyping. The Packers.
Jump right back over to the NFC.
Packers, man. I think they're legit. Rodgers and Devontae is probably the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL at the moment, better than Mahomes and Tyreek. better than Mahomes and Kelsey, even though he's not a
Oh,
tight end.
for sure.
I think that duo of Devontae and Aaron Rodgers can single-handedly carry that offense, but the thing is, they don't have to. Honestly, I said they needed to go get Kenny Stills. I still believe that. But Robert Tonyan at the tight end position has provided a spark this year, and we've talked about their running game. Their running game is legit. I think the only thing holding them back, opposite of the Steelers, is the defense. I think Aaron Rodgers can carry that offense. I just think their defense sometimes is very, very shaky, and I don't know how I feel about them against top-tier quarterbacks in the playoffs. Kind of scares me a little bit. I still have them as one of my favorites out of the NFC, though. They're probably going to play in the NFC Championship game with how Aaron Rodgers has looked this year. They protected him well on the offensive line. They're for real. Packers are for real.
You know where I stand in the NFC. The Packers are for real. They are a real team. But when it comes down to it, the fucking goat of goats, Tom Brady's going to take care of their business. And, cut up that fucking cheese when it comes down to it when we fucking play them eventually in the playoffs. Because I do think they will end up getting matched up in the playoffs when it comes down to it. But I do think that they are a nice team. I think, like you said, if they could add one more receiver, it would make that team even more dominant and nastier, and maybe it would lean me more towards them. But right now, I just don't think they have enough weapons on offense to go do a whole entire Super Bowl run.
Mm-hmm.
They're awfully close, like I said, just maybe one more receiver away. But maybe just one more something away, one more big piece somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe even just if they could add just one more nice piece somewhere on defense where it's like a dominant player just locking down somewhere. But I do still have the fucking 10 pick coming out of the NFC. No doubt at all. 100%. Lock it in like I've been saying. If it doesn't happen, Bruce Arians, shame on you. You're fired.
You're fired.
But one thing I do want to top on real quick is Jalen Hurts. What a fucking
I've been calling it, right?
win.
Didn't I
Ask for him?
Didn't I ask for him to be the starting quarterback?
Man.
Man, clap it up. That was impressive against the New Orleans defense, who's been really, really impressive this year. I got to give props to my man. I've been calling it. I said they needed to start Hurts. They needed a spark. What did he give? A spark. Ran for 100 yards. Threw, I think, only like 50% completion percentage, but hey, what did he come out with? The W. That's all that matters.
For sure.
That's all that matters.
So does Carson get traded?
I honestly don't know what they do with him. It's going to be very interesting to see. If Hurts keeps playing at this level, I don't see why not. If you can get him shipped off to a team, most likely he's traded. There's no way you're going to have him just sitting on your bench, though.
I mean, where would he go?
The Colts are the only logical team for me.
The Colts, the Jags,
Patriots.
That's about it.
Yeah, I don't really see any good spots for him.
I
think the Colts are the number one spot.
I was saying the Niners maybe, but that's not realistic.
I don't think he's good for y'all.
It's not that he's not good for us. I think they learned their lesson about throwing money at a piece of shit fucking garbage quarterback and taking a risk on a sorry ass quarterback. We're gonna fucking throw that money at a quarterback. Better be fucking worth it. We learned that lesson. Caused us a fucking Super Bowl having a piece of shit quarterback paying that much. Could have fucking threw that money somewhere else. But different time for another day. I won't get all into it.
I need you to shut the hell up for the immediate future.
Okay, but I want to talk about the Chiefs. Do you think anyone else beats them the rest of the year?
Like I said, Bills, and of course, when they see Tampa Bay.
They already beat the Bills, though.
But they're gonna have to see them again.
They beat Tampa Bay already too.
They're gonna have to see them again. But when it really matters, when big time players make big time moments, when it matters, Tom Brady.
They probably close out. They probably close out the season 15-1, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, look at that. Look at
no, for sure.
They just played Miami, who's
they'll go
a
to the
fringe
Super Bowl,
playoff team,
probably,
and has a good defense. And Mahomes threw 3 picks, and that still didn't lose them the game. He threw 3 interceptions, and they still found a way to win.
But if anyone can knock them off, it's gonna be one of those 3 teams. It's gonna be Tampa. It's gonna be
the Bills.
Or it's gonna be who did we just say?
I think the Packers could do it.
Absolutely not. Can I tell you why?
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Why?
Rodgers shootout with Mahomes.
I tell you why. He's not gonna be able to get to that big time stage. He ain't getting past Brady. How's he even gonna get there?
I can't wait for Tampa to just collapse. It's gonna be hilarious.
Man, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
but ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be your NFL segments, and also let us know in the comments, who's your favorite team and what you would like for us to talk about in episode number 10 for the last season's episode. This is the moment we have all been waiting for. Is Tony Ferguson's career over with, We'll find out and we'll get into that real soon, ladies and gentlemen. But, Mr. Huey, what was your opinion on UFC 256?
Well, 256, I want to obviously start off with that flyweight title fight that ended the night. Oh my God. That fight might have saved the flyweight division forever. Brandon Moreno and Davison Figueiredo was insane. If y'all didn't check that fight, wait till all the highlights are probably on YouTube. Go check them out. But let me tell you, that fight was nuts, Matty.
Rematch immediately.
Immediate rematch as soon as they're both healed up and ready to go. That fight was one for the books for the flyweight division. Figueiredo hits like a truck. He's probably one of the most powerful guys in that division. But Brandon Moreno showed a lot of fight, and like he proved a lot of people wrong. People were giving him no chance. Everyone was saying, "Oh, Figueiredo's just gonna run through this division, nice and easy." No. Brandon Moreno is a problem to be dealt with, and they're gonna have to run that back immediately, and it's going to be very fun to watch a second time.
A lot of people forget too is that he was on what's the show called, like Contender Series?
Yeah, Dana White's Contender Series.
He's on Dana White's Contender Series. I believe he got a contract out of that. Then he had like 2 or 3 fights in the UFC. They cut his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they brought him back.
And ever since he's been
back. So I definitely think he deserves a rematch after especially going 5 rounds.
Man.
So yeah, I'm excited. That division is definitely revived and back. What I definitely like to see though is whoever wins that rematch, I like to see them call out Henry Cejudo.
Davison and Figueiredo already has been working on that, but I think he has to run it back with Moreno one more time.
Oh no, for sure. I'm saying the winner of that should call him out.
Definitely. And what's very impressive about that too is a lot of people didn't know until Dana White announced it that Figueiredo was in the hospital till 2 a.m. the night before the fight with a stomach infection. They said. And man, for him to still show up, have that gas tank, because people always complain about his gas tank because of his weight cut and everything, to come out there and battle like they did for 5 rounds, that was a crazy fight, and I was okay with it going to a draw because honestly, I couldn't have decided either. That was a crazy fight, and I can't wait for him to run it back. Honestly,
what do you think about Tony Ferguson? Is he's on the downfall, or was it just he just fought 2 good opponents, and you could say the first one was just he went the back weight cuts or whatever, he was just drained out, and
I think it's a little bit of both.
Or was it just more? That's what I was thinking. I'm kind of thinking is the age is kind of catching up.
He fought 2
because
guys.
What people are forgetting is that there's a lot of new UFC fans that are starting to come on the board the last couple months or so.
Yeah,
what
this
year.
Exactly.
What people don't understand, previous to these 2 losses, this man was on a 12 fight win streak.
Yeah, he's been a top 5 contender for like almost a decade. For almost a decade.
So exactly. So
it's crazy.
Is he kind of like, I could see him kind of like going a little bit on a downfall, but also I kind of see just maybe just going against 2 young guys that are just fucking animals right now and that are on the top. Like, I'd like to see him maybe fight a number 8, a number 7 guy.
Fight to get him back under under control.
Exactly. I definitely still think, I believe honestly, I think he was ranked like number 3 going into this fight.
Yeah.
I think this loss will push him to like probably number 5.
Yeah, 5 for sure.
5. Do you know who I think would be a great fight for him? Michael Chandler, is that who just signed, right?
Michael Chandler is in the UFC, but I believe he's about to fight Gaethje. Hasn't been announced yet, nothing like that. But they both been going through training camp supposedly.
If that fight doesn't get made though, I'd like to see Chandler versus Ferguson. I think that'd be a good fight too, to see if Ferguson
is still with it, and if Chandler's with it.
If not, and you can make a good storyline out of it. Kind of like, all right, you got the OG like UFC guy here, and then you got the guy that thinks he could take over the lightweight division after being another. You know what I mean? So it could be a good storyline type thing.
Yeah,
but we'll see. I
think it was a little mixed up for Tony. I think he's having trouble with the back end of his career, but also he fought some high level guys, and I think Charles Oliveira, who just beat him, was definitely being slept on.
Oh, for sure,
big
100%.
time.
And
so
Charles, he's in the comic, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
be aware.
He's definitely going to be
aware.
He's definitely, honestly, now after what I've seen against him and Ferguson in his 9 fights.
He was ranked 11, I believe.
I think it was 6.
He was 6.
6.
I could have sworn he was like 11 or 10. Are you sure he was 6?
He's definitely in that range.
That's gonna put him though. This fight's only gonna put him at like 5 though.
But this fight, they might switch him with Ferguson 3 and 6. They might flip flop that. But he's definitely.
If you put him at 3, that's like a top contender.
No, he is a top contender.
But like,
I was just gonna say
big fight.
He's
like a main event.
Bro,
big fight.
I was gonna say he's in the conversation now with guys like McGregor, Poirier, Chandler, Gaethje.
Whoever loses McGregor versus Poirier should fight him.
That'd be fire. That'd be a big fight.
That will take on.
Winner of that will take
the number
on.
2. We'll take the number 2 spot of the division. We'll see though,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. It has a lot of interesting factors that could happen. But one thing we do want to get on to is Saturday Fight Night this week.
Oh yeah, the UFC.
And I want to start off with Thompson versus Neal. Thompson possibly coming across his tail end of his career. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of UFC fighters right now. UFC's in a kind of position where they have lots of veterans and then just a bunch of young bulls in the game. So they're kind of all the young bulls right now trying to just get these old guys out. So you kind of have another situation here. We have Thompson fighting this week. A loss could kind of set him
Neal's
back.
good too. Neal's good.
He's good.
It's gonna be a crazy fight. I think a lot of people are leaning towards Thompson a little too heavy. I think this is gonna be a more competitive fight than a lot of people think. A lot of people are leaning straight Thompson, but I'm a little bit in the middle. I think Geoff Neal. No, I think Geoff Neal though is a solid fighter. I think he's earned his stripes recently. He's taken a lot of fights this year, and he's handled business. It's gonna be a good one to headline the Saturday Night Fight card. But yeah, that could be. Honestly, that's a toss up for me. It could go either way. But I want to hear what your thoughts are on the co-main for that one. Is Jose Aldo, former champ, been through a lot of title fights. He's definitely on the back end of his career. He's fighting an up and comer in that bantamweight class in Chito Vera.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I think he loses.
Yeah.
And
I think he's done.
I think he had a good career, but he's definitely he's on his tail end of his career, kind of scratching the pond just for begging for like a couple of wins. I feel like to end it, but no. Dana White, like we touched on last episode, is doing his whole 40 cuts this year. This will be, mark my word, probably all those last fight in the UFC. I think he'll be part of that like surpriser people that he was saying.
No, yeah, I definitely think though if Aldo somehow goes in there and shows a lot of promise and dominates that fight, I don't think he gets cut.
Oh no, for sure. Well,
but if he goes in there and gets beat, I think this is a do or die for him. Honestly, a lot of those older guys are getting sent on their way. Anthony Rumble, Yoel, both have been sent on their way, and now we're in Bellator. I definitely could see Aldo in that same mix if he doesn't come out and perform. Dana White's looking for guys that are going to perform consistently and want to come out and be in fights. So definitely this one is up for grabs, but I think Aldo loses that. I got Chito winning that. Chito Vera has been very impressive.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
I think he wins that.
100%. And another fight that we have, welcome back Pettis to the UFC.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen. They released him about a year ago. They thought he was done. He took, like, I believe 3 losses in a row or 2 losses in a row.
Yeah, he was bouncing around weight classes.
Decision. His last fight in the UFC was versus Nate Diaz. It was before Nate went on and fought McGregor, I believe it was. Or was it before McGregor? Or was it... No, I'm saying Nate. It was before Nate fought McGregor. Was it before he fought McGregor, or was it before he fought...
It was before he fought McGregor, for sure.
Or was it before, what's his name? Gamebred.
It was before that. It was before McGregor too.
Before McGregor.
It was a long time ago. That's what I mean.
It was about 2-3 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
since
Pettis
we've seen Pettis
hasn't been too active.
Exactly.
But I'm definitely happy to have him back. I think he's still in the rankings right now. I believe he's around like the 9 or 14 spot. But I definitely like that he's back in this UFC. I think he's a great fighter. I got him winning this in his first fight back. I'm super excited for him to be on that.
Yeah, me too.
The main card.
He definitely still has it.
Definitely, I think so
it'll
too.
It'll be a great one.
He's been one of like the mainstays for a while too. A lot of people that don't follow UFC religiously, I feel like know of Anthony Pettis and have heard of him.
Oh, he's been
a
UFC
highlight material for
150.
years. Yeah, he's been around for years and he's highlight material for years. Happy he's back in the ring fighting, and I look forward to his fight because his fights are always entertaining. Always entertaining. He's had some very memorable fights, and I think he pulls this one out on his first fight back.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I think too. I'm on the same boat as you. Hope you guys tune into that big UFC card this Saturday. But one thing though, I want to shift over to, boom, switch some gears. Shouts out LeVar Ball. Is some NBA talk.
Yes, sir.
And,
NBA season real soon.
One thing I want to jump onto right in the NBA is James Harden has officially reported to camp, looking like a fat fuck pussy ass bitch. I want to get your opinions on that.
I mean, I heard he still wants to trade out of Houston. He finally reported he is going to be playing tonight and leading up this season. We'll see how long he's on Houston. It's going to be a weird NBA season again, so it might be hard for them to trade mid-season, but I think if he causes enough problems like superstars do sometimes when they want out, he can get his way out of there. Honestly, I think they do trade him before the season's end. I really don't think he wants to be in Houston anymore, and I think they know this, and they need to trade him when they still have some kind of leverage and value. They can't let this situation go on too long where like they lose all value. He's a top 5 player. You could easily get a haul for that man in any trade you do. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That haul, of course, a team will do it, but that list of teams I think is really 5-6.
5-6 teams.
And in that 5-6 team, I'm sure he has some deal where it has to be. Could they do no trade clauses in the NBA or not?
They do, but I believe he does not have one. So I'm pretty sure.
He's fucked then, actually. Whatever offers, so some people offer it, but I don't think the list of teams is going to be too crazy. I think it's just going to be. It's either going to be a team that is in chance to win now.
Yeah.
Like,
and they have to have young assets and picks. That's the one.
Wouldn't be. You know who I'm really surprised isn't a team trying to make a push for this is a Milwaukee. Especially now that you've locked in
Giannis for 5 years. Now that's crazy. I'll talk about that extension.
So I mean, now that we're on it, we're gonna get on that right now.
Giannis signed that 5 year.
So Giannis is on the 5 year. Why don't they go get a Harden, somebody to pair him up with now? So what do you think about that?
I got a nice
for 5 years.
I mean, Giannis for 5 years. That's good for Giannis. I mean, that's
signing up to lose for 5 years.
Yeah, I think so. They're gonna need to get him another piece, like you said, a Harden type piece. He needs another superstar with him. I don't think him by himself can carry a team to a championship. It's just how I feel. In the NBA, you need at least 2 superstars. 3 makes it easy. That's how I look at it. You have 3 superstars, you're a perennial contender. You have 2, depending on who those 2 are. If it's like LeBron and AD, 2 top 5 guys, then honestly, it's a lot easier. But like I said, 2, you're a contender. 3, you're a serious threat to win the ship.
What do you think about the Nets? Where would you put them? Let's say that AD and that LeBron is at tier 1, and then you're saying like that tier 2, tier 3. What tier would you put them?
I mean, I definitely got them on tier 2 if KD and Kyrie are healthy. I think the only thing that holds them back is health and attitudes, like the personalities.
Did you see what he said about Steve Nash just recently? How he said that?
Yeah, we don't really have a coach. Blah blah blah.
But then he said that
he apologized for it.
Yeah,
I mean, he stepped back on his words just because that looks terrible for your star point guard to say that about your coach you just hired. I don't think you wanted to keep stirring up drama, even though that's what I mean with them. The only thing that's going to hold them back is health and emotions. So,
for sure,
I definitely think that team can be very impressive. I think they're going to be good if they stay healthy, and they'll be a contender in the East for sure. They're probably going to finish top 5 in the East, in my opinion.
100%. But we will see, though, ladies and gentlemen. What about the Dubs?
Very impressive.
Kind of good preseason.
I love seeing Curry out there playing ball again. I just wish, I pray that we could have had his Splash brother back out there with him. But the Warriors are looking nice. I think they're very slept on. Like, they got players. People acting like they're the same team as last year. Like, I can name off 6, 7 guys that are going to contribute big this year and make plays, and they're going to be a threat in the in the West, but they're not going to be like a top seed. Probably won't be in the top 4. I'm seeing more like 5-8 range. I think they get in the playoffs around the 5-8 range, especially because I feel like some teams in the West are going to take a step back because all the teams in the West are going to be beating up on each other. So if you can handle the West and you handle business against the weak-ass East when you get your East games, you'll be good. And I think the Warriors are going to be just fine. Super excited for this season, though. This basketball season is approaching rapidly.
Around the corner.
I've really liked what I've seen from a lot of the draft picks, too, in preseason. I know it's preseason. You can't judge them too much, but I'm definitely looking forward to this season. It's going to be insane.
100%.
And it's approaching very rapidly. And what can I say? Basketball's almost back already.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from this lovely fucking poster right here.
Sir.
If you have not yet, make sure you follow us on Instagram. VibezSports_talk.
Yes,
right
sir.
Now.
And then I just want to say a nice little shout out to my homies over at Screen Printing for the t-shirts that they made for us and the banner, official banner and t-shirts of Vibe Sports Talk. We appreciate y'all over there, and we'll be seeing y'all very soon. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Like the video, subscribe, and like Maddie said, follow and share with your friends, family, everyone. We're a good show, and I know y'all love us. Thank you for fucking with your boys. That's it for episode 9 of Vibe Sports Talk.